What if I told you there's a garden secret that could free you from replanting season after season while your harvests keep growing bigger every year? Picture this: lush plants returning spring after spring, producing armfuls of food without you lifting a shovel. The truth is, most gardeners are working 10 times harder than they need to. Today, I'm revealing 9 extraordinary perennial crops that will transform your garden into a self-sustaining food paradise, and number 1 literally plants itself. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover will change your gardening life forever. Welcome to Ivy Circle Gardeners, where we grow abundance, not burnout. I'm here to show you how to harvest more while doing less, turning your backyard into a thriving ecosystem that feeds your family year-round. If you're tired of starting from scratch every spring, you've found your gardening family. Hit subscribe and ring that bell right now, because the secrets I share here will turn you from a weekend gardener into a perennial powerhouse. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Let's dive into number 9. Number 9. Rhubarb. Rhubarb is the garden veteran that refuses to quit. Plant it once, and this crimson-stalked beauty will outlast trends, seasons, and maybe even your lawnmower. We're talking over a decade of reliable spring harvests that arrive when the rest of your garden is still stretching and yawning. Imagine stepping outside in early spring to those gorgeous ruby stalks, ready for pies, jams, and sauces while your neighbors are still planning what to plant. Here's the magic formula: well-drained, fertile soil loaded with organic matter, full sun with a touch of shade tolerance, and 3 feet of breathing room per crown. This isn't a plant you babysit, it's a plant you partner with. Water during dry spells, mulch around the crown each fall, and resist harvesting that first year. Patience pays dividends. By year 2, you'll be drowning in more stalks than your recipe box can handle. Harvest reminder: only the stalks make it to your plate. Those leaves contain oxalic acid and belong in the compost, not your kitchen. But those tangy stalks? Pull generously and watch the plant respond with even more growth. Here's my question: is rhubarb earning real estate in your garden? Drop a comment and let me know. Number 8. Jerusalem artichokes, sunchokes. Meet the underdog that might just become your garden's heavyweight champion. Jerusalem artichokes, or sunchokes, are the tough-as-nails tubers that laugh at poor soil, shrug off drought, and still deliver mountains of food. Related to sunflowers, these beauties grow 10 feet tall, creating living privacy screens while filling the earth below with nutty, delicious tubers. Once they're in, they're practically immortal. Planting is child's play. Drop tubers 3 to 5 inches deep, 12 to 18 inches apart, in full sun. They prefer loose, well-drained soil, but honestly, they're not picky. Water occasionally during extreme heat, then step back and watch them dominate. Fair warning: these spreaders are enthusiastic. Some call them generous, others call them invasive. Plant them where they can roam, or contain them intentionally. Harvest after the first frost when the sugars concentrate and the flavor turns sweet and complex. Roast them like potatoes, mash them into purees, or slice them raw for salads with incredible crunch. The best part? Any tubers left behind become next year's crop automatically. So tell me, would you welcome sunchokes even if they claimed a corner of your garden as their kingdom? Comment below. Number 7. Chives. Chives are the gift that keeps on giving, asking for almost nothing in return. These slender green spears deliver fresh onion flavor to salads, soups, and scrambled eggs while producing gorgeous purple blooms that beckon every pollinator in the neighborhood. You're not just growing herbs, you're building garden infrastructure that supports everything else you grow. Plant them in full sun or partial shade, in rich, well-drained soil, spacing them 8 inches apart. Short on space? No problem. Chives thrive spectacularly in pots, making them perfect for balconies, patios, and sunny windowsills. Keep the soil slightly moist, trim regularly to encourage fresh growth, and decide whether you want flowers for the bees or continuous leaves for your kitchen. Either way, you win. Harvesting is pure joy. Snip leaves 2 inches above soil level and watch them regenerate endlessly. Freeze them, dry them, or use them fresh. They're the hardest working herb in your garden. Quick question: garden bed or container right outside your kitchen door? Tell me in the comments how you'd grow these versatile beauties. Number 6. Horseradish. If you want bold, unapologetic flavor that punches through any dish, horseradish is your plant. This spicy root is nearly indestructible, returning stronger each year and spreading with unstoppable confidence. Plant it once, and you've got a lifetime supply of that sinus-clearing, tear-inducing heat that makes homemade condiments legendary. Horseradish loves full sun and loose, well-drained soil. Plant root cuttings at a slight angle, 2 inches deep, 12 inches apart, and prepare for success. Water during prolonged drought, but otherwise, this plant practically raises itself. Your only challenge? Controlling its territorial ambitions. Smart gardeners plant it in dedicated beds or large containers to manage its enthusiasm. Dig up those thick, pungent roots in late fall. Grate them fresh for horseradish sauce that makes store-bought versions taste like water, add them to pickles, or bring fire to any recipe. Any root fragments left behind will volunteer for next year's harvest. So here's my question. Would you grow horseradish even knowing you'll need to keep its spreading roots in check? Comment your answer. Number 5. Asparagus. Asparagus is the crown jewel of perennial gardening. Plant it once, nurture it properly, and this elegant vegetable will feed you for 15 to 20 years. Yes, you read that right. 2 decades of tender spring spears from one planting. The first couple years require patience, but the payoff is unmatched by any annual crop. Asparagus demands full sun and well-drained soil. Start with 1-year-old crowns instead of seeds for faster results. Dig a trench 12 inches wide and 6 to 8 inches deep. Place crowns inside. Cover with a few inches of soil and gradually fill the trench as plants grow. Space them 18 inches apart because these plants expand dramatically over time. Keep the bed weed-free, water during dry spells, and feed with compost each spring. Don't harvest the first year. Let those crowns build strength. By years 2 or 3, you'll enjoy full spring harvests. Snap off spears at 6 to 8 inches tall when they're tender and sweet. Asparagus arrives early in spring when fresh garden food is scarce, making it doubly precious. Here's my question. Would you dedicate permanent garden space to asparagus, knowing it'll reward you for 20 years? Drop a comment, because I want to see how many of you are ready for this long-term relationship. Number 4. Sorrel. Sorrel is the overlooked superstar that adds bright, lemony punch to everything it touches. This perennial green returns faithfully every spring, producing leaves perfect for soups, sauces, salads, and smoothies. Forget replanting lettuce constantly. Sorrel gives you season-long harvests with zero drama. Plant sorrel in full sun or partial shade, making it incredibly versatile for various garden locations. It loves well-drained soil enriched with compost. Space plants 12 to 18 inches apart, and once established, they'll produce for years with minimal attention. Care couldn't be simpler. Water during hot, dry weather, and trim back flower stalks to extend leaf production. Sorrel is hardy, resilient, and rarely bothered by pests or diseases. Harvest outer leaves when they reach 4 to 6 inches long, and the plant keeps producing new growth continuously. Use leaves fresh for tangy brightness or cook them into sauces where their lemon-like flavor truly shines. Quick engagement question. Sorrel in a fresh salad or cooked into a refreshing soup? Share your answer in the comments. I'm curious how you'd enjoy this underrated perennial green. Number 3. Globe artichoke. Globe artichokes are where culinary excellence meets garden artistry. These architectural beauties produce edible flower buds for 5 years or more while transforming your garden into a stunning landscape feature. Tall silvery leaves, massive sculptural buds, and potential for incredible purple blooms make artichokes the ultimate dual-purpose perennial. Artichokes thrive in full sun and rich, well-drained soil. Space them 3 feet apart, because these plants grow impressively large. In cooler climates, start indoors and transplant after frost danger passes. In warmer regions, direct planting works beautifully. Provide consistent water, especially during dry periods, and add compost annually to maintain soil fertility. By the second year, plants send up multiple flower buds, and with proper care, a single plant yields dozens of artichokes each season. Harvest buds while they're tight and compact for maximum tenderness and flavor. Let some bloom for spectacular purple flowers that attract beneficial pollinators. So here's my question. Would you grow artichokes for their delicious buds, or leave some to bloom and create those incredible garden showpieces? Comment below. I want to know how you'd use this magnificent plant. Number 2. Blueberries. Blueberries are the perennial fruit bushes that keep giving sweet, antioxidant-rich harvests for decades. Once established, these bushes produce bowl after bowl of nutritious berries every summer while asking surprisingly little in return. Plant them right, and you've created a legacy crop that outlives most garden investments. Blueberries need acidic soil with pH between 4.5 and 5.5, so amend with peat moss or pine needles if necessary. They love full sun, but tolerate partial shade. Space bushes 4 to 5 feet apart, and plant at least 2 varieties for cross-pollination, ensuring bigger harvests and sweeter berries. Water consistently during fruiting, mulch heavily with pine bark or wood chips to retain moisture and suppress weeds, and prune in late winter to remove old wood and stimulate new growth. This keeps bushes productive for many years. As bushes mature, harvests increase exponentially. Harvest when berries turn deep blue and release easily into your hand. Eat them fresh, freeze them for year-round smoothies, or create jams and pies. Each year brings bigger, better harvests. Quick question. Would you plant blueberries for fresh snacking or to stock your freezer for year-round enjoyment? Let me know in the comments. Number 1. Walking onions, Egyptian onions. Walking onions are the most fascinating, self-sufficient perennial crop you'll ever grow. These remarkable plants literally replant themselves. At the top of their stalks, they form clusters of small bulbs called top sets. As these bulbs get heavy, the stalk bends to the ground, and the bulbs root themselves, essentially walking across your garden season after season. It's nature's automation at its finest. Starting walking onions is effortless. Plant a few bulbs 6 inches apart in well-drained soil with full sun. Once rooted, they multiply and spread naturally, creating an endless supply without replanting. These onions tolerate freezing winters, need little water, and resist most pests and diseases. Plant them once, and they strengthen every year. Harvesting is wonderfully flexible. Snip green tops like chives for cooking, pull underground bulbs for stronger onion flavor, or collect top-set bulbs to replant or eat. Every single part is edible, making this the most efficient perennial imaginable. Final question. Would you grow walking onions for their unique self-planting ability, or simply for endless harvests? Drop your answer in the comments, because this perennial truly embodies plant once, harvest forever. Let's review our 9 perennial crops you only plant once. Rhubarb, hardy and long-lived. Jerusalem artichokes, resilient and productive. Chives, tasty and pollinator-friendly. Horseradish, bold and persistent. Asparagus, classic crop with decades of harvests. Sorrel, zesty, underrated leafy green. Globe artichoke, stunning and delicious. Blueberries, sweet, antioxidant-rich bushes. And number 1, walking onions, the self-planting perennial wonder. Together, these crops create a garden that produces food continuously, saves time, saves money, and builds a sustainable food source for years to come. Plant them once, and harvests keep rolling in season after season. If you're ready to grow smarter, not harder, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss more gardening secrets like these. If you're excited to try these perennials, hit like and share this video with a friend who needs to discover low-maintenance gardening. Remember, Gardening doesn't have to be endless replanting and reworking. With perennials, you plant once and harvest forever. Thanks for being part of the Ivy Circle Gardeners community. I'll see you in the next video.